First story of the night we got going on basically right here is CoryxKenshin or Kenshin. I don't fucking know, man. Basically, right? He's accusing YouTube of being racist. All right, slash having a bias. All right. Now, honestly, I think the argument that YouTube has a very strong bias against some creators is a very strong one. Okay, it's very, it's very, what do you call it? It's very, Jesus Christ. It's very clear to me. It's very clear to me that they do have favoritism towards some creators. And you know what? It could very well could be that, some of that favoritism is based off of race. And I figured we watched this video by him. That's a good video. I should like it. Yeah, I figured we watched this video by him to, hear him out. All right. And we have a lot of shit on the docket. So I'm going to probably be speeding a lot of this shit up. Not that much, but, just to speed it up a little bit, okay? I'm not here to waste anyone's time.
My best to articulate this video as thoroughly, as plainly, as eloquently as possible. I don't want there to be any lost context. I don't want to just look like I'm coming out of nowhere, having a temper tantrum because these things are happening. The allegations I am levying towards YouTube are extremely serious, and I'm taking this video extremely seriously. YouTube, you guys either play favorites, you are racist, or it's a mix of the two.
Yeah, well, let's establish this right away. They definitely play favorites, all right? There's a reason that Leafy was nuked off of the platform for making only a few videos. Like, I wouldn't even say a few. Like, I think it was like 10 or some shit on Pokimane, while, Def Noodles gets to make, like, fucking 200 videos on Trisha Paytas, right? There's very obviously a double standard, and, yeah.
These are the three options, YouTube. Which one is it? Here's my proof. I've been doing YouTube a long time, okay? I never want to be that guy, oh, it's because I'm black. Oh, these issues are happening because I'm black. There have been certain situations that I looked at kind of funny. I said, it could be because of that, but nah, I'm not trying to press that. I don't want to build that narrative around my YouTube channel. This time, I can no longer let it slide. This is the situation.
I mean, I'd say it's actually pretty respectful from him, I'd imagine in a lot of these situations, it's pretty easy to, sort of play the victim. A lot of people, even right here, see, video by Turkey Tom, an amazing video by Turkey Tom about Tariq Nasheed. Tariq Nasheed does the race card all the time, right? And, so, and you know what? I would be willing to bet that a lot of these people do experience racism a lot of the time. But, it's hard to differentiate when you're experiencing racism and when it's just an unrelated issue you're being targeted for, right?
August 18th, I uploaded The Mortuary Assistant. A lot of you would know it got age restricted because the following video I did, I let you guys know it got age restricted. YouTube didn't tell me why. I saw that all these other YouTubers were playing The Mortuary Assistant and only my video seemed to be age restricted. And I looked for like an hour, 2 hours. I was scrolling all different types of people's video. No one else's was age restricted. So I appealed the restriction. Hey guys, I'm not sure why mine got age restricted. Could you look into this? Appeal rejected. They doubled down. The policy team said, no, Corey, your video is restricted for good reason. We're not going to tell you why, but it's restricted. That's our final decision.
Now, okay, when we're talking about videos getting age restricted and things like that, right? It's probably there's not one person doing this, right? There's probably shit, dude, I got an itch way back here. There's probably a large group of underpaid individuals in some third world ass country, looking at all this shit and trying to make a decision, right? So that probably explains a lot of the inconsistencies with, the moderation, right? It's because, it's a bunch of underpaid people, right? That's why. But that still doesn't excuse them. That definitely is an excuse, though, right? YouTube definitely needs to improve their moderation system by hiring a better moderation team, right?
I said, okay. I get with my YouTube rep. I send him an email. Hey, could you look at this? This is some weird stuff going on. Only my video got age restricted. My YouTube rep, who isn't on the policy team, he looked at my video and he said, hey, it could possibly be this part at the end where the woman was battling some depression, and I'm just gonna leave it there, lest this video also get age restricted just because I'm talking about it. So I looked at that part. The first thing I did was try to find other YouTubers who had that part, or at least a part similar. Now, Markiplier, I don't know if you'll ever see this, but I just want you to know I have a lot of respect for you, and I didn't mean to drag you into the middle of this. Your channel just happens to be a great reference point because A, you're a really big YouTuber, and B, you're not black. So I can look.
Yeah, it was. Papa Gut pointed this out, and I thought it was a pretty good point. And that is, you know, a lot of the times when people are trying to point out hypocrisy when it comes to YouTube, they'll point to smaller channels, right? And you know, the problem with that is, well, a lot of the time, smaller channels can get away with a lot more, right? Because they just kind of fly under the radar. And you know, obviously that's pretty evident. Like, you know, I've heard a couple slurs dropped on like Doc on the radio streams before. I'm not calling him out or anything, right? But I've heard a couple slurs on his stream before. None of them ever gone down though, because he only has what, 1,000 subs. But I'm sure, you know, if Speed even shows like a Minecraft penis, he gets fucking nuked off the platform because of losers like Jake Lucky, right? So yeah, it was actually pretty smart for him to point it to someone who had was on a similar level, even probably bigger than him, you know, having like 30 million subs.
Look at your channel, and then I can look at my channel or look at anyone else's channel and make sure that the things in the games that you play, that they're enforcing the rules equally to everybody. So I go to Markiplier's Mortuary Assistant Part 3, and he had the same situation going on, and his video wasn't age restricted. So I send the video to my YouTube rep. I say, hey, Markiplier has this situation in his video, but his isn't age restricted. Could you send that to the policy team and see what they say about that? He said, wow, Cory, that's some astute detective work. Let me send this to them and see what they say. What do you think happened after that? I'll give you a second. They came back and they removed my age restriction.
So yeah, you know, he's very justifiably angry at this shit, right? Because like, you know, it shows that like the YouTube policy team would rather fucking, they would rather, what am I trying to say here? They would rather you know, not enforce the rules equally, but they would rather give more leeway to Markiplier so that they give more leeway to Cory so that they can keep Markiplier up, right? And that's kind of the crux of his argument right there, is that, you know, they would rather keep Markiplier up than put Cory down, meaning they obviously value Markiplier more than Cory, right?
They took it off after they already rejected my appeal. I sent them the clip of Markiplier's video that has the same thing, and they removed it. Now, my YouTube rep, he was excited. He was, oh, great, this is awesome. Look, Cory, they took the age restriction off. I said, why? I expected them to triple down and give Markiplier an age restriction too. But they looked at Mark's video, and they used that to verify my innocence. So I send my YouTube rep a lengthy email detailing my feelings about the entire situation, feeling like there was some favoritism at play, there was either that or some racism at play, and that I would like to sit down with the policy team and figure out why my video...
I mean, you know, there's very obvious favoritism going on when when your video will get reinstated because of another creator had the same thing, right? Like, like this is even an argumentable point, right? And another thing that's crazy is, right, why doesn't Cory have favoritism, right? It's because Cory isn't especially fucking edgy, right? Cory is just a gaming YouTuber. It's usually like these super edgy people like Leafy and I can't think of another person and like Keemstar, who will get fucking like destroyed in the YouTube algorithm with, you know, not having as much favoritism. And then people like H3H3 who YouTube likes, they'll promote the fuck out of, right? That's what usually happens. But, you know, Cory, who's pretty clean, has about 15 million subs, is getting targeted for seemingly no reason. And that's why I don't blame him at all for pushing this racism narrative, right? Because it seems very likely that that could be what's happening.
Flagged in the first place. Actually, number one, was it automated or was it a human that age restricted it in the first place?
Most likely it was automated at first, and then the human verified it the second time. Yeah. Because the reviewers suck, asshole, and YouTube needs to fix it now.
Number two, who was the human reviewer? Because it's a human reviewer once you submit an appeal. Who was the human reviewer that doubled down and rejected my appeal? Number three, why did it take Markiplier's clip in order for them to reverse the decision? My YouTube rep
because Markiplier good, okay? They need to keep Daddy Mark happy.
It's back with me. He wants to hop on a call. We get on the phone. for about 10-15 minutes, and I tell them, I've been feeling like this for a long time. I've been feeling like every single time that I come back to YouTube, I'm #1 trending for a few days, and then they find some arbitrary issue. They nitpick and they try and find something that they can incriminate me for and try to push me down. You don't believe me? What happened the last time I came back and I was #1 trending for like a week? They copyright struck me for a video that was in 2019 or something like that. Why don't these issues ever crop up when I'm not uploading? I mean, I'm not.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand why he feels this way, but this point probably has a pretty argumentable counter argument, and that is, right, that when you start uploading, right, your back catalog of videos will get promoted then after, right? So if somebody stops uploading for a long time and then they start uploading again, all the videos they've uploaded like in the past will start getting pushed again, right? So it's very possible that when he starts uploading again, all his old videos start getting recommended again, and then for whatever fucking reason, something he said in one of those videos, you know, something he said in one of those videos prompts somebody to report the video, and then, you know, some random, like, some shitty ass YouTube reviewer takes a look at it and decides that it, you know, takes it down, right? Now, it's very obvious that this problem doesn't happen for some people, such as Markiplier, because they have favoritism, as he was mentioning, right? No matter, Markiplier, my personal theory is, right, like, everybody on YouTube has the same dog shit reviewers. They have little consistency, you know. They're all paid very little. But there are some who have, you know, like, there's probably, like, an elite review. This sounds so fucking retarded, but there's an elite team of reviewers, okay, who, you know, will review videos from higher end YouTubers, and will most of the time vote in favor of them to keep them up, right? That's my own personal theory, just because it seems that a lot of larger YouTubers don't go down, like, at all, while a lot of smaller YouTubers will get fucked, and even, like, bigger YouTubers like CoryxKenshin, right? Like,
out on YouTube like 9 months out of the year. Nothing ever happens until I come back and I start uploading again, and I'm getting my numbers, they're climbing, they're exploding, I'm #1 trending.
He has a Dare shirt on. Sorry, can't support him. They're not racist, bro. I'm sorry.
And then they're like, hey, we need to stop him. We need to, like, this black man, he's getting too many
Get him!
views. He's getting too much exposure, too much activity. Hold that thought. Let's get back to the current situation. So my YouTube rep assures me he's going to continue this dialogue with the policy team and try to get some answers to those 3 questions that I had. So another day, another 2 days go by, and what do you know? They re-age restricted the
I'm being an asshole, but yeah, dude. They re-age restricted it along with Markiplier's video, right? And literally why? I literally have no idea why the fuck they did this, right? I think they're just like, they're fucking with him, right? They're fucking with him. Yeah.
The video. They re-age restricted the video. I say, no way did they do that. I go to Markiplier's video now, and now his video is age restricted. They got caught with their pants down. They got called out, and then they had to go back and say, oh, whoa, okay. We see the narrative that he's kind of pushing here. We need to take some steps back. We need to just age restrict them both and be done with it. You thought that I wasn't gonna, like, talk about this, make a video about it? You realize how bad this looks for you, YouTube.
I gotta agree, bro. It's not looking good for YouTube, all right? Like, shit, dude. I mean, I don't even... honestly, maybe it doesn't even look that bad, right? Because there's very obvious favoritism dating back, like, multiple years where they had, like, a hit list of, like, controversial creators that they didn't fucking like, right? Like, this is a real thing where, like, emails got leaked of creators they didn't like and who they're gonna try and fucking suppress, right? There's very obvious fucking favoritism. Like,
you realize how unfair this comes across. I, in all my years, have never seen a video get age restricted, de-age restricted, and then age restricted again. Have any of you ever seen that happen before? They saw that I saw that there was some unfair stuff going on, so then they tried to appease me by de-age restricting the video. I say, wait, why are you doing that? Because I sent Markiplier's clip. And then they say, oh, okay, well, let's just age restrict them both. Why is my channel so much more heavily scrutinized than my peers? My peers, and when I say peers, I mean people around my level, around my view.
He don't got the YouTube Premium, okay?
Count just to keep it simple, why is my channel so much more thoroughly scrutinized? Especially so when I've been #1 trending multiple days in a row, which I've done multiple times. And every single time I start to get an uptick in traction and
Yeah, no, he's completely right that like there's obviously people who have privilege on YouTube, such as like Penguin Zero right here, Mr. Beast, Markiplier, Jacksepticeye. All these people very obviously have privilege on the YouTube platform, and weirdly, it seems that some POC creators, such as CoryxKenshin, Speed, and I swear to God, there's some. Not Gideon. That's a different situation. But yeah, all these POC creators seem to not have the privilege that all these big other YouTubers have, right? And it's definitely suspect, right?
an uptick in activity. Here comes YouTube coming through. Hey, let's get him for that video from 2019. Yeah, you see this, Corey? No, this is bad. It wasn't bad the 9 months that I was off the platform. It was only bad.
Cope, lol. That's what, dude. If social media, like the really shitty social media brand accounts, right? If they want to get to the next level, that's what they got to start doing. Okay, they're already being made like really unfunny on YouTube, right? What they got to start doing now is just like start replying to people like begging for their platforms back with like cope, seethe, lol. They just need to embrace being like total corporate dickheads. That's the way that it's got to go.
When I got back and I was #1 trending. This situation was only bad because I've been #1 trending since I got back. Every other YouTuber has uploaded the mortuary assistant. And now they're about to start putting in some age restrictions because I called them out on some unfair behavior. Now I realize that when you call someone a racist, that's a very, very serious accusation. And for that matter, how do you expressly prove that someone is a racist? I mean, unless they're spamming the N-word in the chat. How do you really know? And admittedly, I cannot 100% prove that race had everything to do with this. But I can tell you the people on that policy team, those shadow people that are anonymous and get to enact their will however they see fit. How can we be sure that they take a black person's video and a white person's video, and it can be the same exact video, and they restrict the black person's video?
Yeah, see, nobody can be sure, right? It could be very possible that there's just a few individuals on the moderation team that are racist and, discriminate heavily against others. And there's a few that aren't racist, right? I would see that as a very real possibility, right? Yeah. It could also be that, maybe they just don't like Corey for an entire different reason that we don't know. The fact of the matter is nobody knows, right? The reason they don't like Aisha Speed, for instance, is because, many people see him as controversial because of the like the retarded reporting of Jake Lucky, right? And yeah. I don't know a lot about CoryxKenshin. Maybe he has like a very edgy past or something. But even people with edgy past are usually accepted on YouTube. So yeah, it just don't make very much sense.
But not the white person's video. I feel I've been mistreated for a long time. I mean, even when we hit 10 million subscribers and I was supposed to get my diamond play button and there was no correspondence. These situations always coincide with an uptick of growth. And it always just comes off like, we can't let this black guy get too high up. I mean, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm telling you, that's how it comes off. I don't see any
I mean, I gotta agree, that is how it comes off. Like
other YouTuber that gets #1 trending many times, and then all of a sudden they're getting age restricted and they're getting copyright strikes and all of that. If I'm
I'll show you another YouTuber, Speed, and he's also black.
wrong, I'm wrong. Point him out. I want to see him. I'll retract this entire video. I'll make a public apology to YouTube. I have no problem. My dad taught me if you make a mistake, be a man and address it and apologize. I will do that, no problem. But to me, you know what it comes off? It comes off whenever CoryxKenshin starts doing some crazy numbers or getting on trending too much. We got to find something. We got to get him for something.
Back of the bus, baby. Jesus. That's a joke.
He's got to have done something. I mean, I bleep out cuss words in video games. Like, I literally...
Imagine, like, not even having cuss words in your videos. Like, full Nick at 30 shit and then getting fucking nuked.
This is the YouTuber that you want to have smoke with and have problems with. I believe there is some racism involved within the policy team, and YouTube in general really doesn't care about black people like that. They got.
I don't think YouTube cares about anybody, right? That's why they get to just, rip away people's incomes at like, the snap of a finger, even though, they haven't really done shit. That's why they don't care about fixing any of their broken ass systems, such as copyright. That's why they don't care about a lot of shit, right? Like, I don't know.
Their favorite creators, log out of YouTube, log out and go to YouTube. You'll see the people on the front page every single day. You'll see the favorites. Count how many are black, count how many are of people of color. So then what does YouTube try and do? They try and peddle YouTube black. They try and give us a spotlight. And do you know how condescending and patronizing that is? Oh.
I mean, he's kind of right, imagine if YouTube put out YouTube women, all right? We need to put a spotlight on all the women because they can't do it for themselves. I doubt that's their intention, but that's definitely how it comes off when considering how, tone deaf a lot of these corporate fucking not slaves, but, corporate fucking husks of people are, right?
Yeah, let's give a spotlight to these black creators because we're all about diversity. All this communicates is black people aren't good enough on their own skill, on their own merits, on their own talent. So we got to give them a spotlight. We got to come down and raise them up so they can get some spotlight action. Well, how about you save all that YouTube black, all that fake patronage, all that fake pandering that you guys do. And when you have a black creator coming to you repeatedly saying, why am I being treated differently than other creators? And then you come back and, we got to age restricted. And then, no, he's on to us. Okay, we got to age restrict them both. Fake!
I'm sorry.
It's fake. That's what it is. I am deeply sorry that this came off as a rant. In the beginning,
I think it was good it came off as a rant, dude. It was a lot more entertaining that way. I'm sure you captivated a lot more of your audience through that.
I wanted to keep my emotions out of it. I wanted to stay logical, stay on the things that I could prove. I gave you the facts, but it also turned into me venting the emotions that I've had built up around YouTube. Ironic that I have to upload this on YouTube, but where else am I going to upload it? I worked hard. I built this community.
Put it in 14 parts on TikTok. There you go.
From the ground. It's taken me over a decade to do. And I would have just hoped that the playing field was fair and that, hey, if I did something bad, then everybody else who also did that thing should get punished too. Is that unreasonable? I have no problem being punished. I have no problem if I break a rule that I get punished for it and I learn. But when you start when it's targeted, when you're doing things only because I'm getting bigger, or I don't know how it always seems to coincide with that situation. But that's just what it is. Now, if my YouTube channel gets shadow banned or they they start not sending my videos out to my subscribers or a couple months from now, y'all just stop seeing my videos. We know why. I mean,
for real. And then I think they did this video immediately flagged for ad stability. No wonder why. Surely it's because it's YouTube showing a poor light. Surely not. And it was probably because they put racism in the title. A lot of the times, bots will fucking flag anything with racism in the title, right? But still not a good look. I'll say that much. Still not a good look. Get 'em King. Try to deal with a lot of this. It's exhausting trying to guess how YouTube will handle content these days. Jacksepticeye, man, he's kind of, in a way, calling out you, bro. Not, indirectly, obviously, but you're kind of one of the favorite creators who doesn't get a lot of shit. I'm just going to say that. Come on now.
Those shadows behind the scenes, they control it all. They control all of it. If they don't want my channel, they could terminate it right now. They could hide my videos. They could shadow ban me, not send my videos out to anybody. That's why I thought long and hard before I recorded this, but as one of the biggest black creators on the platform, I want you to hear it from my mouth that there is some shady business going on behind the scenes at YouTube.
For real. Very based and keck take from CoryxKenshin or Kenshin. I don't fucking know. All right. But very, very red pilled. And then, I saw a little bit of pushback on Twitter. All right. Grimsy here points out, how are you surprised this vid got age restricted? LOL. And the thumbnail is a little sketchy, right? But if we take a waltz over to Markiplier's channel, right? He has some of the same shit here. Like here he has like the same teeth, And if we even look up fucking the mortuary assistant on YouTube, shit. Mortuary assistant. Yeah, I'm really fucking dumb. A lot of the people have the like very similar fucking thumbnails, right? Like I don't know. It's still the same hypocrisy is going on, right? Like I see XQC right here with this fucking XQC is really dumb. Anyways, different topic, all right?